Ch'en the Holungday, real name Chen Hui-che, also known as Chen Alter or Chalter, is a 6-star spread shooter sniper who is only available during the Holiday Stars banner that ran during the Dosley's Holiday event alongside Mizuki and La Pluma. She has had reruns since, but it's basically once in a blue moon. Chalter has 5 years of combat experience, 1 year higher than her base form, and has stowed Shizhao in place of a high-pressure water gun. She stands at 168 centimeters tall, no change from her base form, was born on the 7th of July in Lungmen, and is of the Lung race. In her archive files and promotion record, it's noted that Ch'en surprised everyone when she returned from her vacation in Siesta with her water gun, and further surprised sniper ops by training with it at the range. Operator Tequila provided a water gun for her in Dosalis, with it being for mid-range firefights, and would be labeled as an assault rifle in Laterano. This didn't suit Ch'en's style, so she opted to switch for a shotgun for closer ranges after watching Laterano ops use their own guns, while using explosives for further distances. One instructor is noted saying that she's better without her gun. Ironic. Due to her personal connection to both the Chernobog incident and Tallulah, most Rhodes Ops have trouble figuring out how to approach Ch'en after she formally joined Rhodes Island. Though Ch'en was aware of this when she joined, she didn't try to fix it, at least not right away, as she didn't think anything needed to be fixed. But after returning from Dosalis, she became much easier to get along with than before. Her third archive file is a classified letter from Hoshiguma, asking the doctor for a favor. Honestly, it's a lot of text, but it boils down to Hoshi asking the doctor to keep Ch'en on the right path after all she's been through and the perspectives she's witnessed. After returning from Dosalis, Ch'en spent a week writing a detailed report of what occurred during her vacation, despite not needing to since, well, it was a vacation. She detailed her participation in the competition, diffusing of the crisis, and assisting the local police force by giving lectures with Hoshiguma and Swire on how to better solve their cases. She also included a write-up on Bolivar and Dosalis, her interactions with the locals and the 3 governments. Of note is that she made premature conclusions, but this is likely due to her wanting to share these findings with Rhodes Island and work on the issues at hand together. Her promotion record is quite short and ominous, only saying, quote, "One day, I will pass judgment on her." Her is unknown, but if I were to make an educated guess, I'm guessing it's Tallulah. Either saying it or being the target. Chalter is confirmed to be infected. She has a cell originum assimilation of 4% and a blood originum crystal density of 0.18 parts per liter. There's nothing to compare it to, as her base form's clinical analysis file was not given to Rhodes, as the LGD had made the request to not make it public. But it would be safe to assume that it's only slightly higher than her base form, as it has been roughly a year since she joined Rhodes Island formally. There's 2 notes on her newer analysis, one saying that due to her newly formed methodological lifestyle habits, her infection has not had any significant impact on her health, as well as Warfarin saying that there's no big deal at all with the LGD confiscating her original analysis. In her character art, drawn by W, female tourist Chalter, wears a blue Rhodes Island bikini underneath a black and white hooded jacket with blue interior, a transparent part near the bottom, 2 white stripes, and 2 zippers, white short shorts, her white heart LM heart hat, sunglasses, a blue pouch on her right thigh with a Tallulah plush hanging off of it, a weird orange and black metal triangle on her upper left arm, and ankle strap, high heel sandals. She has 3 weapons in her base art and 2 in her E2 art. Her base art has a Raytheon water shotgun that she holds in her left hand and is her primary weapon, while 2 swords, presumably Qizhao and some other sword, are behind her. Her E2 art has a Raytheon water SMG that looks very close to a UMP, and Raytheon water bazooka, which she uses in her S3. Though technically I think it's 2 of them. And I believe it's based on the M202 Flash 4 rocket launcher. In her voice lines, voiced by Shizuka Ishigami, who also voices Nao Kashiwagi in Your Lie in April, Seer Flova in Danmachi, Selenike Icicle and Yigd Millennia in Fate, Ikuno in Darling in the Franxx, Ayaka Uehara in How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, Setsuna in Redo of Healer, Rekka Rin in 86, Maiko in Demon Slayer, Narimaki in Konosuba, Almeida and Shion in Grand Blue, Cheshire, Little Cheshire, Hiryu and Hiryu Meta in Azure Lane, and Sariyome in the Blue Archive. Chalter, unsurprisingly, talks about her past and how she's changed.
私はもうロドスを疑いはしない。ロドスの授業、アーミヤやケルシー先生、それから他のオペレーターたちも、尊敬するにふさわしい者たちだ。アーミヤから、君たちがシエスタで経験したことを聞いた。どうやらとんでもないバカンスを過ごしてきたらしいじゃないか。私？かなりひどかったが、致命的なほどではなかった。というほかないな。私の根が論面にある。この事実は永遠に変わらない。あの慣れ親しんだ景色は、どこに行こうと私と共にあり続けるだろう。論面を離れたとき、私が追求すべきものは一つの答えだと思っていた。だが今になって少しは分かってきた。答えなど存在しない。方法と結果だけがあるんだ。ドクター、私が論面を離れ、ロドスのオペレーターとなってからそれなりに経った。そろそろ君も、私を一オペレーターとして扱うことに慣れてくれ。気を回されてばかりではこちらもやりにくい。チェルノボーグで起きたことや、ドッソレスシティでの経験を通じて確信したことがある。何かと敵対する。あるいは何かを救おうとするとき、まず相手を理解すべきなんだ。私はもっと視野を広げていかなければな、ドクター。
At E2 with max trust and potential, Chalter has 2,501 HP, 886 attack, 203 defense, 0 resistance, a 66-second redeploy time, 30 DP cost, and a 2.3 second attack speed. Her range is the standard range of a spread shooter sniper, that being a 2x3 grid in front of her. At max trust, she gets plus 80 attack. At max pot, she gets minus 2 DP, minus 4 seconds to redeploy, plus 23 attack, and a buff to her first talent. Her first talent, Frugality, which is unlocked at E1 and fully upgraded at E2 pot 4, when Chalter is deployed, her own ammo-based skills have a 22% chance not to consume ammo for each shot. Other Sniper Ops ammo-based skills, such as Toddyfons, have a 20% chance instead. Her second talent, Vestiges Vacation, which is unlocked at E2, gives Chalter plus 8 attack speed. If there's water terrain on the battlefield, she gets plus 12 attack speed instead. These water terrains are specifically high tide or deep water zones. Chalter has two base skills, with one being upgraded and the other being unlocked at E2. Her first base skill, Sniper Expert Alpha, is upgraded to Leading by Example at E2. When Chalter is the trainer, plus 30% mastery speed. If it's to Mastery 1, it's plus 65% mastery speed. Her second base skill, Workaholic, is unlocked at E2. When Chalter is the trainer, plus 1 morale consumed per hour when training to Mastery 1. Chalter's first skill, High Pressure Splash, gains SP when attacking and is auto-triggered, but toggleable. All levels start with 0 SP, with both level 7 and M3 needing 5 SP to proc. At level 7, Chalter gets plus 70% attack and applies the unit's trait, that being that she deals 150% damage to enemies directly in front of her to all enemies in range. She has 4 ammo, and the skill ends when toggled or if she runs out of ammo. At M3, it's plus 100% attack. Her second skill, Knight of Violet, gains SP over time and is both manually triggered and toggleable. At level 7, it starts with 11 SP and needs 24 SP to proc. At M3, it starts with 12 and needs 20. At level 7, Chalter gets plus 65% attack and places liquid on the ground that lasts for 5 seconds, giving ground enemies that pass through the liquid minus 30% movement speed and minus 150 defense. This does not stack. She has 8 ammo, or 20 when the skill is charged, and the skill ends when toggled or she runs out of ammo. The speed debuff also affects invisible and invulnerable enemies. At M3, she gets plus 80% attack, and enemies who go through the liquid get minus 35% movement speed and minus 170 defense. Her third skill, and what she's most known for, Holiday Storm, gains SP over time and is both manually triggered and toggleable. At level 7, it starts with 25 SP and needs 60 SP to proc. At M3, it starts with 30 and needs 55. At level 7, Chalter's attack range expands, gaining 2 tiles at the very edges of her range. She gets plus 70% attack, attacks deal damage twice, the 150% attack trait is applied to all enemies, and she creates the slowing liquid from her S2, which gives enemies minus 40% move speed and minus 200 defense. This does not stack. She has 32 ammo, with each attack consuming 2 ammo, and the skill ends when toggled or she runs out of ammo. At M3, it's plus 100% attack, and enemies in the liquid get minus 45% move speed and minus 220 defense. I remember when Chalter was first released on the global server, and I was dumb enough not to roll for her. Good God, was, and still is, she broken and overpowered. She has the highest HP and defense of all the snipers in the game. Her S1 and S3 apply the 150% damage buff to all enemies in range, so that's a 1.5 times damage multiplier. Her S2 and S3 slow enemies as well as reducing their defense. All of their skills further buff her attack. Her first talent gives her the chance to not consume ammo when using the skill, as well as applying the same buff to other sniper ops that have ammo-based skills. And her S3 is just an overall powerhouse that hits twice, lasts a while, expands her range, and does an ungodly amount of damage. There are drawbacks to Chalter, surprisingly, but with how good she is, it doesn't matter all that much because you'll probably use her anyway. The biggest issue is her limited availability, that being from special banners that include her, typically around anniversary or special event banners. Her DP cost is the highest of all the snipers. She has a short attack range that doesn't go to the tiles beside her, the slowest attack speed of all snipers, a super high SP cost for S3, ammo-based skills. Her S3 consumes 2 ammo per shot, effectively making it 16 ammo instead of 32. Her first talent is a 1 in 5 chance to not consume ammo, same with other snipers, and her second talent is only applicable to a handful of stages, and even then it's not that much. But if you haven't, for whatever reason, built your Chalter, you need to do it, like right now. She's stupid strong. Get her to E2 level 90, get her S3 to S3 M3 as quickly as possible. There's a reason why she's used so much, and so often. It's because of the huge amount of damage she can lay down, affecting basically every enemy in her range, while also slowing and debuffing enemies. She's way too good, but you'll also need to wait until HG actually puts her on a damn banner again. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter for updates, and please check out my other Arknights and Azure Lane videos as well. There will be a teaser out tomorrow for next week's character summaries.